And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved in Frozen Factory. Well, I've got some stuff going on down there. I've got a few machine blocks going. I've increased nickel, although this goes down so far. I mean, this thing goes down 730 meters. That's the deepest of all the ores that I'm bringing up. The nickel goes down the farthest. So therefore, it's such a long trip that it's hard to maintain enough ore in order to keep it going. So one thing I did here is start crafting, and I'm going to kick off improved cargo lifts. So I'm going to start that up. The other thing I want to do is give Spiderbot a little bit of attention. He is just sitting over here. And he's like, hey, I'm over here. I'm not doing anything. Can you give me a little something? And so I would like to do just that. First, let's look at the weapons that he can hold. I have 2 of them unlocked. The Spiderbot Blaster, which uses 4 of these, which is no problem. And this thing, I've got almost everything I need, except the organic lenses. I need 2 of these, which I can do just fine. And I need, I think, 8 of the Mark IIs. So I need 7 more of these, and I need all of these. So let's see, power storage, that's one of the things that I needed to make because I needed alloy blocks. So there we go. I want a couple extra of these. You will see why in a minute. I've got plenty of plastic. I made some titanium coils. So there we go. We've now got a few weapons for them. The other item we're going to want is the Spiderbot core charger. I want 3 of these. So we're gonna wander over here. Oh, missed my mark. So Spiderbot has this awesome base right here, and he wants weapons. So let's go ahead and give him the weapons. Just put a hopper down and put the weapons inside of it that you want him to have. And Spiderbot cannon. There's the blaster right underneath him, and the cannons. Does he picked them up yet? There they are, right there. There's a cannon, and there's a cannon. Ooh, there's another drop pod. Okay, now that we've got his weapons locked and loaded, he doesn't have any power. So we need to give him some power. In order to do that, we need to make lithium coils, which is one of the reasons I put Spiderbot over here, because my lithium is right here. So with lithium, we're going to want first the 3, where did they go? The Spiderbot core charger. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here is where 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, just like that. I want 2 solar panels. I knew I missed an ingredient. I want 2 solar panels, and granted, these things are not gonna fully charge all of these by any means. They use a lot of power, these core chargers. So I'm not expecting there to be a whole lot of power. It uses 33.2 power per second on each one of these. These don't even come close to charging that, but I do have a little bit of power right there that I can pull and augment this system eventually. Cannot locate 1 lithium coil. Well, we can manage that pretty easily because I already made the extruders and everything. So we want coil, coil, coil. extruder, extruder, extruder. And the last ingredient is a system for distributing this stuff using a turntable. So I need to put lithium into here. It will distribute it here, charge it. Once it's charged, we're going to come out with it and right into a bunch of hoppers. And, you know, I'm not sure if DJ has fixed this bug or not, but you don't need many hoppers because it's it only picks up from so many hoppers. I'm not sure if he fixed that bug. I forgot to ask him today, but I'm just going to assume the bug is still there since it was kind of a low priority, and move in. So this is my lithium line right there. So we are going to pull lithium and push it right into the core charger system. Might have enough. And this is going to, once it fills up, you know, he fills up with 150,000 power. It lasts quite a while. So once he's full, these things will have ample time to recharge everything. Okay, so now we've got material going into the extruders and coilers. It should go right into the chargers. There we go. And now these are going to drain all their power basically, because it takes, what, 30 seconds? Something close to 30 seconds to charge these up. But this is a good example because we've got bugs coming in from this direction. So he'd be able to hit him if he had power. And he can shoot while he's docked. So now that we've got some cores, let's go in there. And he should pick up some power. And now he's going to start shooting. So he is actually extremely powerful with that second tier. That second tier does 500 damage. So he's able to do a lot of power now. He needs at least 6,000 power before he'll leave the base. But if you can feed him pretty steadily, he'll stay there until he's full. So now we are officially charging Spiderbro, and he is going to be leaving a massive number of bug parts all over the place. So we need to think about possibly automating the collection and processing of all of the bug parts. So that means a system of Falcors and cryogenics, and I'm not sure if I've actually researched cryogenics yet. We pick up all these. So this is the last one. Nice and neat how that worked out. Have I researched cryogenics yet? I have not. So this is going to actually use quite a bit of material. 50 simplified, 50 basic, which is quite a lot. So let's start this process now. So that should be the 100 of basic and everything else. So let's look at what that unlocked as far as cargo lifts. I should have an improved cargo lift in here, unless it just, there it is. So that won't be too bad. Let's look at what it costs, the new cost of these. So there's the basic, and the improved now has an unknown material. What is that unknown material? Well, I'm gonna look it up really quick here. And let's see, improved cargo lift improved is the Mark V induction. Okay, well, we don't have the Mark V induction unlocked yet. We only have the Mark II, so we're going to need a serious amount of research in order to unlock that. So there's the advanced minor upgrades, I'm sure. There's the Mark III, Mark IV, and Mark V. So this is the one we're going to need. It also unlocks all my queries. And let's see. What does it take? Advanced minor upgrades. It takes 50 advanced, that's gold. 35 complex. That's a pretty hefty research. And this should be done. This is processing, and I'm going to be working on cryogenics next. I do want to hammer out cryogenics so I can start getting all of these bug parts that I've got built up, get those processed down into a decent number. Oh, it looks like Spiderbro kind of broke away. He must have had about, he had about 6,000 power. So therefore he just kind of bolts and, oh, come on. There we go. So usually what I do is I actually flatten the ground all the way toward the overmind. That way I can run Falcors and not have an absolute mess. Uh-oh. Because this can be an absolute mess when you try to put Falcors in a kind of an environment like this. So I like to flatten everything out. But it takes a lot of power and it's kind of tedious just because there's just so much land, which is one of the primary reasons why I actually made the excavator mod that I did, because this is kind of how I do it. Is I just flatten the land and go from there, and that excavator mod makes the world of difference. Oh, get off this snow. We walk really slow on snow now. So yeah, the bugs are really, it's really gonna be tough for them to get to my base now with Spiderbot all upgraded. Plus I've got the threat reducers. So here's an example of how I, clear the terrain. Is I just set up a bunch of these things and go from there. If it's far enough away from my base, I clear the ore so I don't have any of this ore sticking out, but I'm not sure. I always clear the land first, and then I set it to clear ore. So that way it uses far less power, and it only clears the ore if I'm okay with it clearing ore. Otherwise, it'll clear it no matter what. And I don't know if I want to do that just yet. So an easy way to do that. So I've got all of this. So let me look for my... I must have dug up my last... I put little markers in the ground. See this little marker right there? That marks where the last excavator was. And so I know that that's lined up right with that. And so there's one right there, and so that's how I kind of mark everything off. And I always put it one under the ground. That way it'll clear flat. All right. Well, let's go see how my advanced machine blocks are going here. We got lots of plasma heads. That's good. We're filling up on advanced machine blocks. I wanted plenty of these for more turbines, because I'm going to beef up my production of materials here very, very soon, especially nickel. Nickel has got to be beefed up. Primary reason for doing that improved cargo lift. I'm at the end of things, I'm probably going to have 3 cargo lifts, all with the improved, and then have 25 smelters to process all of that nickel and do it very fast, and do the same thing for titanium. And I'm not sure how I'm going to space it all out right now, because I've got all this stuff here. So I'm going to 39 more of those. That's awesome. Gold I upgraded, so now we've got 3 smelters on gold. But it's only bringing up 300 at a time, so it's really limited. Trying to grab ores or bars as I need a lot more tin for some reason. I'm really low on tin. I'm not even sure what I use tin for. I'm low on it. Okay, this is not processing, and for some reason this has really been slow. I want to migrate my research system down to where my turbines are, because what I usually do is I usually have a turbine on each side with an MK4 battery underneath, and then the research center in the middle. In order to do that, I'll probably put it over here actually, and then have all this space that I'm clearing out for the bars, for the experimental pods, and have 3 or 4 experimental pod production areas. I still manually put the bars in, but once I come to the OET, then I automate the 3 that I need for those, because that's just a pain. Having to manually craft 1,000 of each pod is pretty tough. Okay, I'm gonna grab all of those. I put some nickel in the system, so it should pick back up. I was pretty low. Yeah, I was pretty low on steel, so I needed that. Oh, it looks like steel got its own model. It's not the polka dot anymore. That's awesome. Okay, this should be clear. I'm going to grab the plastic out of there. This is all empty, because I want to mirror this setup here. So 1 there, 1 there, add only there, because these are going to go up. There's going to be a set here and a set here, and it's going to be 3 high. And that'll eventually be what is powering all the turbines, because believe me, we're going to need a lot of them. Oh, I cannot believe I can't craft. Why can't I craft? I'm really kind of hating this change. Why can't I craft that? Do I need to research aesthetics? Construction paste grinder. That's what I'm missing. It's in aesthetics. Construction paste grinder. It's not in machines. It's not any there. Okay, well, I'll have to find it, craft it, and make myself some paste. Anyway, that'll do it for this episode. So I thank you for watching. and I will see you next time.